Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you are welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is for that part of my channel where we talk about real life issues. And recently I got asked the question, how do you stay motivated? Someone popped that question to me, how do you stay motivated, and I was kind of taken aback because, like when you're doing life, you just do life and you don't necessarily, um, you don't necessarily think that it's making any impact on other people. And, and believe it or not, like most people have had to learn very quickly, especially during the pandemic. So the person asked me this question during lockdown, um, but I thought today was like the perfect time to actually what's it called discuss this topic with you guys, and yeah, just share it with you guys basically. So they asked me basically this question during lockdown, and where most people have had to adopt working from home, because most people who do a 9 to 5 jobs, they're used to going into the office, finishing from the office, going home, and that's the end of your working day. Whereas as an entrepreneur, like your work, literally you have to shut it off when you have to shut it off. You work from home, especially those of us who work from home. I know some entrepreneurs, they have like outside office, but for me, I have an in-house office, so a home office basically. So that means, is my office is incorporated into my home. So it's very easy to get distracted if you decide that you want to be distracted. It's very easily to be distracted. It's very easily to be demotivated. It's very easily to wake up and say, you know what, not today, I'm not working today. But then you have to get up and go. You can't just what's it called? You can't just say, you know what, I'm not working today because I don't feel like working today, or for whatever reason. Um, so how do I personally stay motivated, or how can we stay motivated? Um, I stay motivated by having like-minded people around me. So most of my people, most of my friends, or the people that I predominantly hang around with, like 90% of the time, are entrepreneurs. They don't necessarily have to be entrepreneurs in the same field as me, but they nevertheless they're entrepreneurs. So I've got people within the fashion industry, people within the trading industry, people within the food industry, and um and so much more, like in different industries, the farming industry, the music industry, and the arts, and they're all entrepreneurs in their own right. And so because having those people, they'll keep you motivated. Like having those people around you will keep you motivated because you see them working, and that puts a vibe for you to work, and so that's one of the ways that I keep motivated. Another way that I keep motivated is um I stay away from unproductive people, because when you stay around people who are unproductive, be, sooner or later, like, you are going to adopt their way of life, whether you like it or you don't, because the Bible, there's a saying, I don't know whether it's scriptural, but they say that bad character corrupts um good habits, or whichever one, vice versa. So it's very important for me. I'm very intentional, like, with the kind of people I keep around me, especially when I'm working on projects, um, things that I've never been, that I have never done personally before. If I've got goals and all of that stuff, working on, I keep people who I know are not going to keep me motivated. I keep them out of my space. I give them a distance. I don't cut them off, but I give them a distance, space in between, um during the time that I'm working like the most. So yeah, so learning basically who to give my attention to and who not to give my attention to, who to have around me and who not to have around me, because your company, um what's it called, plays a huge part on how motivated you are. It keeps what's it called, it plays a big role. And so and I also keep friends who will tell me, and get up and go, like, you need to do this, you need to do that, um you haven't done this yet, like staying focused. People who will challenge me to continue working, people who will challenge me to continue achieving my goals. And those are the kind of people that I keep around me. Then apart from that, like, the people around me, I also, what's it called, I have like self affirmations when I feel like I'm drifting, or I'm having like mental attacks, like attacks on my mind and stuff like that, and I feel like I'm feeling demotivated. I begin to like speak life over myself, speak affirmations over myself, go into the Word of God, and also I take time to unwind. So I find like, my resting times is very important to me. My unwinding times is very important to me. So I unwind before I rest, and then have a good rest, and that keeps me like pumped. Because if I'm not rested, I'm like cranky. So if I'm not rested, I'm cranky. So having a good rest keeps me like going. Having a good rest, having a good unwinding routine. So basically, watch a good movie. When it comes to unwinding, watch a good movie, do my facials, have my nice drink or a snack, and just chill, before I sleep, or before I sleep. Yeah, basically, I normally do that before I sleep. And then also having, what's it called, reading good books by people like in my field or even outside of my field. um Good entrepreneurial books, good on entrepreneurial blogs. I like listening to podcasts. Recently I've gotten into um listening pod listening to podcasts. So, um a good podcast that you can listen to is Building Yourself by Haley Mulender. And then also Strictly Business by Philip Dada Jr. And then I also watch a lot of YouTube channels to do with business, and like they keep me motivated, like the information it keeps me doing. So, yeah, it keeps me doing. And then also writing my goals. I mean, if you can see, like, yeah, above me, just there, that board there, it's got like all the things that I need to do, like the book covers and stuff that I need to do. So having those goals like written down on my board, like when I wake up, I know like I've got work to do. um and then, yeah, having those goals like set out there, like written out there, things that I need to do, or tasks that I need to delegate to other people, because I have a team of people who I work with. So having that, like, to delegate to them, like, it keeps me also motivated. So when their work is done, my work is done. Like, so yeah, having a board like that helps me as well. And then just, those are just like the few of the things that I um do to keep me motivated. And also I keep away negative talks, negative things, You know, like watching negative things. I don't. I try to keep out of that. I try to keep away from people who indulge in such things, like listening to negative things, the things that, you know, I can't do this or I can't do that. I stay away from those kind of conversations, and yeah, so I just keeps me motivated. So that's, yeah, I don't know why my camera is delayed. Yeah, so that's what keeps me basically motivated. So get up every day, surround yourself with friends who will challenge you, um, people who are working as well, people who have like the same or higher work ethic than you. Um, for example, like one of our friends, like, or well, I class him like as a friend now. Guardian angel, like his work ethic is bang, bang, bang. So when I wake up in the morning, like, and I see Guardian angel, like he's put up out a new song or he's in the studio, like it gets me like motivated, and I'm like, nah, I gotta. If Guardian is doing it, I gotta get up and I've gotta work. Like I've gotta do stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm doing the same thing as him, but I'm doing my grind. Basically, I'm working on what I need to work on. So having that before me, like, you know, it keeps me motivated. And then also listening to God, that's another thing. Like God gives me instructions, like daily instructions on what to do. So that keeps me going, that keeps me motivated, like the Holy Spirit like leading me daily, like literally on what to do. That keeps me motivated and going, because there's sometimes like I'm like, I don't know what to do, and then the Holy Spirit is like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and then I do that. I write them out, do them, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I finished. Like before you know it, you finished. Before you know it, you've got the right person to delegate work to and stuff like that to work with, and yeah, it keeps you going. So having God, having good friends, having hardworking friends around me, it keeps me motivated. And also like the right family members, like, you know, there are family members that will help you, like motivate you and say, you know what, you've got to keep doing it, you've got to keep going, and you've got to keep working and stuff like that. So that keeps me going. And so yeah, so just surround yourself with the right people, right information, and right atmosphere as well. You know, I keep a peaceful atmosphere. My atmosphere is very important to me, like both the physical, like what I see, and also like the spiritual. Whether you know it or not, like when your spiritual atmosphere is clouded and bombarded, um, it it takes an impact on you as an individual. So having what's it called, clear atmosphere, like clear environment, like making sure your environment is tidy and relaxing the way you want it, and motivates your work ethic. Basically, that's another reason why I've got an in-house office and it's like in my living room. So when I wake up, I'm like, okay, I've got work, I've got office, like I've got to go to work, you know, I've got stuff to do. So yeah, and then also praying. So praying that declutter, like keeps your atmosphere like set, where you can hear God clearly, you have fellowship and hindered with God. And so yeah, um having that atmosphere, like there, that time of fellowship with God is very important, very, very important, because a clouded, like a cluttered space and a cluttered atmosphere, like just shows the condition of your mind. You know, it affects your mind. So yeah, I feel like I've shared enough, but yeah, if you have any questions, um feel free to put it in the comment section below. If you have any contributions, feel free to put it in the comment section below. And again, remember, like, what's it called, I don't take negative what's it called, unnecessary comments. You know, I'm all up for critical conversation, like positive critical conversations, but I am not here for I don't take lightly on my channel like conversations that are unnecessary, comments that are rude and stuff like that. I will actually delete your comment if you make such comments, whether it's towards me or towards other people on my platform in general. I will delete you, just to let you know. So yeah, make your conversations appropriate and what's it called, building. And yeah, so that is it, guys. I shall see you in the next video. Bye.